The Blue Oval officially unveils their 2024 GT3 car. Meanwhile, the Bowtie confirms their customer racing plans for 2024. And LMP2 will be gone from the World Endurance Championship in 2024. But what does that mean for Imsa? Yes, it was teased in March, but it is now officially unveiled. The Ford Mustang GT3 was revealed to the world on Friday in the lead up to the 24 Hours of Le Mans. The Multimatic built car will debut in Imsa in 2024 with a two-car factory Multimatic effort. The car, which was initially announced with a 5-liter power plant, was unveiled with a 5.4-liter V8 that sounds amazing. But one of the more striking aspects of the car was the amount of color that was featured on the livery. Ford Performance Global Motorsports Director Mark Rushbrook indicated that fans will see a lot more colors displayed on this Ford Mustang GT3. And all of this is part of a larger rebranding of Ford Performance. In fact, a new Ford Performance FP logo was also unveiled that will now be featured on all of their racing vehicles. Alright, so now we have confirmation that we're going to be seeing two of these new Mustangs on the grid in Imsa next year. But meanwhile, we also got confirmation that there are going to be two cars coming over from United Autosport, who compete in the World Endurance Championship right now in the LMP2 class. The team announced the full-time move to Imsa in 2024 after the World Endurance Championship confirmed that the LMP2 class will no longer be featured in the World Endurance Championship races except for the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So this now leaves Imsa, the European Le Mans series, and the Asian Le Mans series as the only feeder series into the 24 Hours of Le Mans for the LMP2 class cars. Now, United Autosports are no stranger to Imsa. They've taken part in endurance races in the past, but have just not competed in Imsa on a full-time basis. Now, United Autosport will continue to race in the European Le Mans Series as well as the Asian Le Mans Series, but with their focus switching from the World Endurance Championship over to Imsa, it's prompting them to look for a larger home base here in America for them to be able to support these two full season entries. Did you know that Off in the S's has a Patreon? If you want to support the show and help me get to the track for some more in-person coverage, then consider checking it out. In return for your support, you'll have access to regular posts that I make, where I dive into some behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on in the channel. And I'm also getting ready to drop a bunch of photos and videos from my recent trip to CTMP, and I'm sure I'll have plenty of content for you as I head to Watkins Glen as well. The best part of it all is you can start off with a 7-day free trial. Just head to patreon.com/offinthes's or check the link in the show notes. Now, of course, United Autosport announcing that they were going to be coming across the pond to compete in Imsa is not the first time in recent memory that an LMP2 team has announced that they were going to do this. You might recall that this actually happened last year as well, when the World Endurance Championship announced that LMP2 AM would no longer be eligible to compete in 2023. Racing Team Turkey, Algarve Pro Racing, and TDS Racing all made announcements that they would be making the trip across to Imsa for this season to compete in the Pro-Am class of Imsa in LMP2. Now, TDS Racing is the only one that actually was able to follow through on that announcement, and they are currently competing full-time in Imsa. But regardless, the question remains, are there going to be more World Endurance Championship LMP2 teams that decide to come across and compete in Imsa? We really don't know at this time, and only time will tell. The upcoming months, when teams are announcing their plans for next season, that's when things are really going to start to fall into place. But there are a couple of things that we do know. One, the LMP3 class is out in Imsa in 2024, and while that may open up some more grid spots to accommodate maybe some more LMP2 teams, we do know that there are some LMP3 teams that are looking to make the step up to the LMP2 class. Given Imsa's track history, they are going to value those LMP3 teams, especially if they have shown loyalty to Imsa in the past couple of years. It could also be very interesting to see if Imsa would consider putting a cap on the number of cars eligible for this class in order to make sure that there are sufficient entries available for the GTP class, which again there is a large focus on and is going to be growing in the coming years, as well as in the GTD classes. it is still a little bit too early to really have a good idea of what might happen here, and we're probably going to have to wait until Imsa's State of the Sport address in August at Road America before we really know many more details. Really, at the end of the day here, the storyline is holy moly. There are a lot of entries, there are a lot of teams that are showing interest in coming over to Imsa or expanding their current operations in Imsa. In fact, Chevrolet is one of them, and they have confirmed their customer racing plans for Imsa in 2024 with their new Corvette Z06 GT3R. Laura Weintraub-Klauser revealed to DailySportsCar.com that our desired plan has been to launch in 2024 with 4 cars racing in Imsa, 2 in the GTD Pro, and 2 in the GTD classes. In addition to this, there will be 2 cars in the World Endurance Championship and 2 in SRO America. She did also express that the 4 Imsa cars that were mentioned were likely to be split evenly between GTD Pro and GTD. Now, that GTD Pro effort is still being finalized, and it's unclear right now if Pratt & Miller, who currently runs the Corvette Racing operations, will keep running this in almost a factory team role, or if they will be moving to a role of offering factory support to other customer teams. As any news is announced and any more information comes out about this, I'll make sure to keep you updated. Now, all this news about more entries coming to the Imsa grid overall in 2024 comes in addition to more GTP class entries. In fact, one of the teams that's going to be expanding their Imsa operations and have confirmed this is multiple-time Imsa Championship winner Wayne Taylor Racing. You can learn all about the Wayne Taylor Racing expansion plans right here. A huge thank you to all of the Patreon supporters. If you too want to support the show, then you can head to patreon.com/offintheesses. Once again though, thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone has a great race weekend and doesn't go off in the S's.